go start recording. We'll give it a couple seconds. Okay. 3, 2, 1, lift off. Okay.
I have a feeling this one's not going to be as synced because you started to cut out as you were counting, and I just sort of had to guess. But we're good with it.
Right. You as good? Good as you?
Yeah.
Your silence speaks 1,000 words.
So, are there any goods that sell for exactly £1 per pound?
I don't know. Let me just try think. Sorry, it's just my thinking noise.
Because like a lot of like vegetables and other things, it's like a certain price per weight.
Do you think? No, that's not what I wanted. Never mind. Guess we'll never know. If Google can't know the answer, no one can. Actually, it's probably like flour. No, not even flour. Flour's quite expensive I actually didn't even know the unit conversion, so...
Well, flour's probably cheap if you're getting just £1. Well, actually, yeah.
You can get a kilogram of flour for an amount. Depends what type of flour. Probably just... I don't know. Let's not get into the economics of flour.
I just think it would be funny if there was, like, bricks or something. Just like, oh, yeah, £1 for £1.
A pound for a pound of bricks.
Yeah. Something.
I mean, yeah. Something.
I'm sure something, like, you know.
Well, yeah, there's something that is so meaningless that a pound of it is a pound. Alright, maybe we should sell our merch in pounds. If and when. Podget, but... Let me try it again.
Your audio is still cutting out for me, so I can't tell if you're flubbing everything you try and say or if it's just the connection that's bad.
Just assume it's the latter rather than the former.
Okay.
Positive adjective. Okay. I think everything should be working. Got my lucky €10, which I have for some reason. I've got my Skylanders Fizz Pop card, and I've got my wallet just in case.
In case. You have a lucky €10?
Yep. This will get me far in life. Shall we?
Is there something in particular that makes it lucky? Or just the fact that it's your lucky one?
It's the fact that I don't own any other euro.
Oh.
But yeah. Okay. Shall we do the show?
I think we are.
Okay, yeah. Cool. So.
Oh, right, I had...
should we do some follow-up?
2 things I wanted to say. Yeah, I had 2 things I wanted to say for follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
One, just want to get it out there. I had not seen the new Doctor when we recorded the last episode, and
I haven't as of yet. I need to. Well, I want to. But...
Well, I've seen the first 4 episodes at this point, and
yeah,
they're very good. She's like, she's good.
Okay, I'll take.
Yeah, I won't go into details. I'm also very happy with like the companion situation. Like, it's not just, you know, one girl from modern day London. There's a bit more variety. Yeah. But yeah, the other thing I noticed listening back is it's weird how much listening to yourself in a podcast when you're editing, you just don't... Sometimes you just don't agree with what your past self is saying, or you agree, but it's like they're just an idiot. Like, you're listening and you're like, oh, you're clearly trying to explain like this simple concept, and you're doing it in the worst way imaginable. Like, you just want to
tune into next episode where Scar will be complaining about how he can.
Right? Yeah.
I can't.
Future me right now is like, that guy's dumb. he's fumbling through.
How could he not explain about explaining? What it?
Yeah, fumbling through my explanation of explanations. Oh, but just
Podcast title.
that whole school section, I was just like, wow, we're just bad at speaking. Why are we here?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially it was such like a weird topic that makes no sense. But
Yeah. It's like it's already a confusing topic, and then somehow we made it more confusing.
Yeah. We're very good at that because we're confusing, not con artists. That's a bad
Yeah. Confused doors.
Confused conference.
We're a conference. Yeah.
Yeah, we're very what? Actually, I guess we're both
Confidence?
animals, but Confederate.
Should we move? Should we just move past this?
Yeah, moving on swiftly. So we're doing the quiz thing, Madoobie. Last time I was bad at naming US cities because
Yeah.
I don't like US city. No. But thanks to all of the Americans that told me that I was bad at American geography.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see any reason why I would be. You know what? I think I missed that day. Yeah, definitely. At school, where we specifically went over all those countries. I think this is just proving your point that we're bad with words.
Okay. In my defense, my connection is cutting out, and I'm gonna try switching to a hotspot. Hold on. I hope I have data.
Well, if Scar dies, we know why. Because he connected to an assassin's hotspot that's been tracking him down for months.
Well, I think if I die, we'll just cut this part out.
Yeah. I think future Scar will be able to, see that Scar dying wouldn't be good for the show. Oh, hang on. Why is there a sticker on the bottom of this mug? You sinful child.
I think that's an improvement. We'll go from here.
Okay. So yeah, we're doing. So what's this today? This episode's quiz. That's the one.
Take two.
I mean, I can't say today's or this week's, otherwise people will expect the schedule.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, what's this week's quiz?
Did you want to take another run at that, or are we just going?
Just keep plunging this plane slowly towards the ground.
Future me's gonna love editing all this.
Yeah. Oh boy. I think I should edit some swear words just to make it even more fun. At that point, Skull will just release the whole 2 hours.
Trying to keep it under the radar and not have to mark it as explicit.
God. So what's this week's quiz?
Well, okay, so this episode, as you listeners probably realize, is coming out December 1st. And I figure December 7th, I think it is, the new Smash Bros. Comes out. So
yeah.
Why not just do something related to that?
Sounds like a plan.
That's like a major world event.
Yeah, of course. We're gonna have a national holiday.
Yeah.
Which Super Smash Bros. Character are you?
Yes. So we found this
on playbuzz.com, not a spawn.
We found this quiz. Hopefully it's not terrible. If it is, maybe we'll find a different one.
That'll make it more fun. If it's absolute garbage and I get Her Majesty, we can just roll with it. Okay. I'm hitting the Let's Play button.
All right.
What? Oh, okay. Choose a color. What?
purple, blue, red, green, yellow, or pink. I'm gonna go with green.
So, for obvious reasons, well, my favorite color is orange. There's not much orange on here.
I
Let's.
feel like red or yellow is maybe close to that, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's quite a nice yellow. It's got an orange yellow, but red. I don't really like the blue. It's just it's not the best picture quality, I think.
Well, yeah, you just go based on the color.
Oh, I see. Right.
It doesn't have to be that picture.
Yeah, I suppose. Let's go blue.
Fair enough.
Choose your fighting method. Where is
Sword, gun, anything to do with fire, magic, or my bare fists.
Okay, anything to do with fire, clearly. That's the right one.
I'm gonna go with my bare fists, I guess. Because I'm not really, like, a big weapons person, and I never liked learning the magic systems in, like, RPGs, so.
Yeah, but yet again, setting things on fire is great.
Yeah. No, you sounded like you knew which one you wanted.
Yeah. So, choose your domain. How is www626? Sorry, www.626.com.
No, not a domain name.
Oh. So we have at the arcade for nerds, somewhere on a secret mission for even weirder nerds, governing a kingdom for nerds, in a car for car nerds, outdoors for outdoor nerds, and kidnapped in some guy's castle for a fetish. So
either governing a kingdom or at the arcade. I'm feeling. What are you thinking?
I mean, a secret mission may involve death, and I don't like deathing. Outdoors may be fun, you know, as people, like grass. What else is there outdoors? Oxygen, vitamin D, the sun. Yeah. I think I could see where each of these go depending on what you click. But governing a kingdom sounds great. I would love to be a king.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one too.
Brown.
Arcade was a close second.
Yeah. This is an old English language panagram. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
That's that sentence that uses
all the letters in the alphabet. Is it at least once? Yeah. Because there's like 8 O's.
Oh.
I am a strong, independent woman who don't need no savior. I think that's me.
Okay, so for anyone who's listening and not following along in this, the question is,
what?
Choose your sentence. And the
10 years. Did I do the wrong thing?
Wobbles every time with this. this sentence.
Okay. So the top one.
You read them. Go ahead.
So the first one, which really took me off guard, is I am a strong, independent woman who don't need no savior. There's a second one. Silence is golden. Ain't nobody got time for that. Mamma mia, and my eyes are up here. So all of these are pushing some kind of agenda, which is good to know.
I feel like I'm leaning towards silence is golden or ain't nobody got time for that.
I like Mamma Mia just because of how just like one of these things is not like the other. One of these things just does it better.
As always with these quizzes, it's like it's hard to ignore that some of them are very obviously for certain characters.
My eyes are up here. What does that have to do with... Oh, right, so it's just using the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog as an example, right? As
a sentence, yeah, I guess. They just needed a picture for a sentence, and that was the best one they could find.
I mean, I wouldn't mind going to jail. Just don't drop the soap. Okay. Let's do Mamma Mia. Sure. That's a good musical.
Yeah.
Well, what have you picked?
I'll go with silence.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Choose your description.
Popular, old school,
Sweet,
sexy, sweet,
sexy.
or powerful.
And the photo is a guy looking at a big list.
Yeah. I think the photos are like whatever came up first on Google Images when someone was throwing this quiz together.
Hang on, I'm actually gonna check that. I'm gonna check that.
Someone typed in description. Maybe description clip art.
Images. The first word is just an oh no. Oh okay, I'm gonna close that tab. That's not a good tab to have. Yeah, that's a bad. I just realized I did the thing. Sorry, Future Scar. I'm not sorry. So, I think we obviously know sex. No, popular. Like, in what way? Like, generally people like you, or
Yeah, just like, are you popular? Or
old school, or powerful, or sweet.
I feel like popular might be a good choice for you.
Yeah, I think most people like me, or most people haven't said anything to me yet.
Because you also have to look at it like in comparison to like.
Yeah.
Like.
But I mean, like, sexy is definitely a close second, don't you think?
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Let's go popular.
I'm gonna go old school, I guess, because
yeah,
my Discord friends make me feel ancient.
Choose your mode of transportation. I thought that said telephone. I was like, what? I mean, teleportation is clearly the quickest, but walking is quite pleasant. I've never flown, and driving means you get to listen to podcasts like the Minty Boys podcast.
Yeah, it's weird to me that you've never flown, but at the same time, like, most of the reasons that I had to fly when I was younger was like to go to like family members' funerals and things that were on the other end of the country, and like there's no reason you would take a plane to go to the other end of the country, even if that was a situation for you.
Yeah, it's like 2-hour drive to the other side of the country from where I am. I know I kind of like car rides, but teleportation is like instant, and that'd be great. Save lots of time.
Yeah, teleportation. I mean, if it's a choice, unless we
sure.
get into the whole like you die every time you teleport.
Oh yeah, that weird thing where it's like it just kills you but spits out an identical clone.
Yeah. And then that starts to get into like, does it matter?
But let's just say it's like teleportation is actually physically possible, and you would all your bits get traveled and put in another place.
I feel like that's implied in this question.
Yeah, it's not like some nerd shit.
Walking would be a close second, but look, you're gonna give me teleportation as an option. I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it, boy. And when I become a magician, showing off my I can't say words. Teleportation it is. Choose your date.
I think this quiz has officially jumped the shark.
So this... Yes. So we've gone from Who Needs People to Mrs. Pac-Man. I've got to say, saying Who Needs People is pretty much like... Like, Who Needs People is in all of the above, pretty much.
Or it could just be more of like the loner type, like Samus or Snake or someone.
So,
did we say what the question was? It's
choose your date.
Yeah, choose your date, and it's got like a list of characters.
But it says I prefer blind dates and Who Needs People. This is a very uncomfortable question to answer. I don't know why. It just makes me feel weird.
I'm gonna go with Zelda because she just seems like intelligent. I don't know, and I'm not that into Mario in that way.
Link because no, I don't know.
Yeah, because he doesn't talk, and you would get to do all the talking. Is that what it is?
No, I was just gonna say he's pretty fit, but that works as well. Mrs. Pac-Man, let's do that. Yeah, she's
Like, I'm not
alright.
gonna judge you if you
You
go
know.
with Link.
No, I went Mrs. Pac-Man because
I am judging you a bit for Mrs. Pac-Man. I don't know what that relationship is gonna be
damn
like.
boy, she thick.
Yeah, she is.
She's so thick, she just a whole circle.
She's just a circle.
Okay, so question 8. Choose your year.
My
Of what?
my
I'm guessing
Year.
these are all game release dates.
I guess.
Um,
So we have 1980, 1985, 1986, 1987, and 1990.
I guess I would go for the most recent.
Yeah, like, we're both too young for this. You're definitely too young for this. You're not like, oh yeah, I remember 1985.
Back in '87, you know, the good old days, before them damn immigrants came over. No, I'm not. I'm not like that. I'm just normally racist.
I could go with 1980 because that was the last year that Tom Baker was the Doctor in Doctor Who, and I could go with 1985 because that's the year in the Back to the Future series.
Oh yeah, of course.
But
Yeah.
seeing as I was like actually born in the 90s, I feel like I'm gonna go with 1990.
I'm gonna go with 1990 because it's, I don't know, feels like there'd be more cool things than in like a decade beforehand.
Yeah.
So, oh, whoops, there we go. 1990 it is then. Okay, choose your worst day ever. I got kidnapped again. I wonder for who like what character that's for.
Could be anyone. Mega Man. Anyone.
Anyone. Mega Man, you know. Sonic looks like he's been
Been
kidnapped.
a few times.
My technology won't work. These people don't know how to drive. I've got the munchies, but okay, so two of them are either Pac-Man or Fruit
Well,
Peach. My technology won't work. I mean, I'm not really. I guess there's not much technology at
that sounds
school,
like the
but I
day that
guess-
we recorded the first episode. Was your
I think let's do my technology
Yeah.
won't work because
I'm
everything at school.
I'm
is
gonna do the
broken.
munchies one because I just don't feel like any of the other ones are capable of applying to me.
Yeah. Choose your secondary weapon. My car. You just got like a gun holster with just like a chain attached to a car. You just pull it everywhere you go. You just walk into battle like. Alright, guys. Let's fight.
Let's fight. I'm gonna throw this car at you as soon as I can lift it.
Just, okay. A giant glowing dot. Sounds practical. A mecha suit. How is that a secondary? What? A frying pan. Okay,
Like
this
that
isn't
that
PUBG.
Gundam that has a sword. Like the sword's the primary, and then just the suit itself is the second. Yeah, that doesn't make sense actually. The suit would still be like the primary.
I mean, I'm gonna take a mecha suit, or maybe because a bow and arrow. What do you like? Hawkeye?
Oh, there's
Or
fire. You do like
long.
fire, but a mech is
But a massive robotic suit I can use to pound buildings in half. I mean, like when you say mech, I imagine like skyscraper-sized mech that like could hurl skyscrapers at monsters, not so like tank with
yeah.
legs.
I guess this is more like a Samus or like Master Chief kind of.
Yeah,
But that's still
again,
good.
a tank with legs. It sounds more practical. Like as in, I'd rather be like. Yeah, being massive just means you crush humans. But like being on the floor means you get to kill
A
more
tank
things.
with legs.
Yeah, let's go with fire. Let's go with fire.
I don't know if
Okay.
anyone would be drawing art based on this podcast, but if I could get a picture of a tank with legs, that would be amazing.
Okay, so yeah. Once you've clicked yours, it loads a bit, so I've just closed my eyes, and I wonder if you should just seals at the same time.
Okay, well, give me a second to pick.
Yeah. So my eyes are very much closed.
Giant glowing dot. No, that's stupid. My car. I don't have a car. A chainsaw. I'm not fond of chainsaws. Fire, maybe. Bow and arrow, maybe. A hammer.
Make suit.
I mean, a frying pan. It's either a mech suit or a frying pan. It's really a toss-up.
Well, I mean, they're both. I don't know. What about a mech suit with a massive frying pan? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a mech suit.
Wait.
It's kind of like the teleportation one. It's like if you're gonna offer it,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Okay, so just close your eyes as soon as you click it, so then we can open them at the same time. Well, relatively
Yeah,
at
I'm
the same
just
time.
seeing an advertisement, so I have to scroll down.
No, it's brilliant.
All right, you ready?
3, 2, 1, reveal. Wow. I got a great. What? Okay, you first. Oh no, at the same time.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Mario.
Pac-Man. You got Mario?
So, yeah, because he uses fireballs. Well, aren't you popular?
Hey, Mario, why are you trying to steal my girl?
Oh, shit. No.
I think we're gonna have to fight.
If only I had a Wii U.
If only we had some kind of game in which Pac-Man and Mario could fight.
Yeah. If only. Well, that was completely useless.
That was a thing. I guess I'm Pac-Man, guys.
I genuinely thought that would
Does
be
it
better.
fit my
Yeah, okay.
personality?
Mario and if yeah, I just hope if we do get fan art, it's me as Mario and you as
As Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. Yeah.
Yeah. Pac-Man.
I can just imagine like the so you know how like the Mrs. Pac-Man sprite has the bow on it. It's just that, but with like green hair.
Yeah, it's just the Pac-Man sprite with like a green floof on the top.
Yeah. I don't know how the Mario one would work.
It would just be Mario, but
Less facial
no, it's just
hair.
like a dog face.
Yeah. Right, I see. Actually, no, more facial hair.
Oh,
Facial hair has increased.
I feel like I'm gonna have to.
Actually, that sounds like that's a thing.
What?
Doggo Mario. I'm not gonna look it up because I'm gonna get some naughty images. So.
Probably, but I meant specifically the classic Wobbles doggo.
Oh, I see.
Just with
Yeah.
like the Mario hat
Right.
on.
I see. Yeah, and the mustache and everything. I mean, they made a rabbit Mario, so
Right, it would be like that.
nothing's too far out.
I feel like I'm just gonna have to animate that segment now. Now that I've started animations on this.
Yeah.
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 That'll be work to decipher whatever nonsense we just said.
Yeah. Maybe you get like the world's best linguists just to be like, what?
No, that's.
Please tell us what is happening here.
I mean, that's probably what we need for the opening, where I didn't have a connection and you were just like fumbling through every word.
Yeah. I've woken up a bit now. I've been relaxing the past couple hours, so I've just kind of been.
I think that's how recording podcasts goes sometimes.
Oh.
Like,
Oh no.
you're just talking and it sounds like terrible, and then at a certain point you've gotten comfortable and you get into like a groove, and then
Yeah.
it's fine. But
Yeah.
like, we should just cut the first like 15 minutes of every podcast.
Yeah, because it just gonna be a whole lot of death and not.
Yeah, it's
funness.
just like half of it is like, how do we start, and the other half is like, how does speaking work? I've forgotten.
What is
English?
What is this language I've been speaking since I was 3?
Cool, we're starting a podcast. Let me relearn English real quick.
Let me just pull up my
And
dictionary.
then you like recap it in 15 minutes, and you're like, okay, I'm good now.
Here we are. It's the dictionary. Oh, that's how I say. Can't think of a word off the top of my head. So
I can't think of a word. Not a single word.
I mean, I had a word, but it wouldn't make sense to be in the dictionary. So, yeah. That was quite a fun little quiz. Good old Maru and Puckman. Being
Mario Puckman?
Mario Puckman. Actually, that's how it was originally said, which is the joke that comes up a lot in Scott Pilgrim, which is a good thing. Yeah. So this week it was it's good old Guy Fawkes Night. Which is
Guy Fawkes.
Guy Fawkes. He's known for no, never mind. I can't. That's not family friendly. But yeah. I don't know. It's just a thing we celebrate over here in the UK.
I barely know who that is.
So, the story goes, this Catholic wanted to blow up the king because he wasn't Catholic. So then he put loads of gunpowder under the House of Parliament, and then he got caught, and then he was brutally tortured to death. And we remember that, I guess, to show an example of don't commit treason, kids. But I don't know really why we celebrate it, but I just know that's a thing we do. And there's lots of fireworks, gunpowder. It's actually really funny how he did get caught. One of the people that were helping him decided to send a letter to the Catholic, to the one Catholic guy in the House of Parliament. So he sent this letter to this MP. He read it and was like, I guess I should tell the rest that we're all gonna die in a fiery explosion tonight. So it almost went well. But one of them was very stupid.
Yeah.
But we're glad they did, because the House of Parliament would be a massive hole in the ground. Huh?
I mean, they would have.
Yeah, no,
they would have rebuilt it.
It was
by
a
now,
lot of gunpowder. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's.
Apparently, he had to roll down these ginormous barrels of gunpowder down the Thames and not look suspicious. Just don't mind me. And then he snuck into the House of Parliament and tried to blow it up. But yeah, it's just, there's just been lots of fireworks, and doggos plus fireworks equals not a fun. And for the past week, we haven't really been able to walk him past 6 because he's a scared boy.
Yeah. Really, the only 2 holidays we get that there are lots of fireworks would be the 4th of July and
right,
which is Independence Day, and then New Year's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, doggos get spooked. I remember one time when I was younger, there was just a random dog that was running around on the 4th of July, and it was oh, I need to try and find your owner.
Right.
It's a fun time.
Not oh no, we need to find your owner. Just I guess.
Well,
what time?
I don't think
4:30. I think I have time to save this animal's life.
I don't think the dog had a collar. I can't remember now. But it just it ran up to me, and I was like, oh, I guess I have a dog now.
And he's with you right now.
No, it was kind of funny though, because I just started walking down the street because I was like, oh, surely it just ran away from one of these parties that are happening down here. And some guy was walking down the sidewalk in the other direction, and the dog ran up to him and he started petting it, and I was like, oh, is that your dog? And he sort of asked the same thing at the same time, and it was like, no.
Oh, never mind. Right.
Just a friendly doggo that does not like fireworks.
Fair enough. Who doesn't have any owner? Did you find
your
owner in the end? Or
I think the other guy ended up finding the owner, but it was just an awkward moment where it was like I was walking down the street with this dog, and then it ran up to him, and I was like, oh, if it ran up to him, it must know him. And he was like, oh, if this guy's walking with this dog, he must know it must be his dog. But it was just I don't know. This dog's just doing his own thing.
It's like a yeah, like was it a big boy or a little boy?
It was like a medium girl, so you're just wrong on all counts.
Heck, well done.
You've been darn hecked.
Fun. I've been fun tussled again.
Fun tussled.
Yep. And that word we all know.
Yep. Wobbles is desperate for a catchphrase.
Oh god. Yeah. Yeah. But it's just been annoying because I'll be trying to do something and I just hear "Whew," in the background. I was worrying there would be some as of recording, but luckily there aren't. I think there's gonna be a firework events at a couple schools, including mine tomorrow.
In
the evening.
I'm still
fun.
not
It'll be good.
quite sure I understand what is being celebrated.
Me neither. I don't know. It's just like a tradition I've kept up since a kid, and I've literally.
Well, I think it seems like it's a thing across the country. I don't think it's a tradition you've kept up.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. Yeah, no, it isn't just the thing.
It's not just a Wobbles thing.
Yeah, no, this isn't. I don't let off fireworks. Like, yeah, treason.
Yeah. But it seems somehow inappropriate that you would be lighting off fireworks when it was the whole thing was about like blowing up Parliament. Like,
yeah. Oh no. Maybe I'll look into it a bit for next time. But yeah.
Yeah.
It was quite funny. Is how we are celebrating it.
I guess you can celebrate that it
I
was
think we should.
prevented. That like he didn't win, but seems strange.
I mean, the whole tradition is like you get like a stickman thing, like a purse made of sticks. Or you can buy them in shops, and they're like Guy Fawkes type things. So you throw them on a fire, and they get cooked alive. But he wasn't burnt at the stake. He was hung, drawn, and quartered. So I don't know. I don't know where that has come from. So I guess it is. Don't commit treason, kids. Otherwise, we'll hung, drawn, and quarter you, which isn't the best way to go.
But that's the thing. Like, don't commit treason, kids. Now let's throw a party. Like, I don't. Where's the connect there? Let's celebrate how we haven't committed treason.
It's still run. Okay, I'm gonna look up.
If you commit treason, you can't celebrate this party.
Why do we celebrate Black History Month?
That's not at all what you were typing. Wobble's hands have a mind of their own.
In South Africa,
They've gone rogue.
Guy Fawkes Night is annually held on November 5th. It is sometimes known as Bonfire Night, as it marks the anniversary of the discovery of the plot organised by Catholic conspirators to blow up the Houses of Parliament in 1605. Let's read this article. Maybe this should be the article of today.
Yeah.
So, many people light bonfires and set off fireworks, as it is the end of the autumn. It is the ideal opportunity to burn garden rubbish. Some light small bonfires in their own gardens, while others have big parties in parks and organise professional fireworks displays. They tend to be pretty popular, which is a given. It's close to Halloween, which makes sense, but I don't think that's why it's
so from what you've read, it sounds like it literally is just this guy tried to blow up Parliament, so we're going to celebrate it by blowing up garden.
Oh, background
rubbish.
and symbols. Oh, we're celebrating how we stopped him from committing treason. But what about all the other acts of treason that have happened?
Well, that's a big one. That's especially with how close it was to succeeding by the sounds of it. Like, the only reason it failed is because
he literally
someone sent a letter.
He got the barrels Yeah, he got the barrels under the Houses of Parliament, and then the guards caught him.
Yeah.
Like, he was almost ready to let it.
Like, everything was in
run
position. He was just waiting for them to go in.
Yeah, he was getting the barrel. I think it was while he was getting the barrels in there. He was seized.
Oh, okay. While he was getting the barrels in.
Yeah, so like he was getting all the barrels ready. Some guards just walked up to him, picked him up, and like, yeah, yes, this is happening now.
Hmm.
And then the other guys proceeded to pretend like they never knew him.
Right, like you do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
John Wilkes Booth. Who's that? Dunno. Yeah. Dunno.
Oh, actually, yeah, I think while he was being tortured, they were like, I just remember all the Horrible History Sketches, which is a educational TV show in the UK, which does all the not fun parts of history. And there was a part on Guy Fawkes Night, and it was just like, if you tell us who did it, we'll let you go. And he was like, yeah, sure. And he got the rest in trouble. So they were like trying to be like, what? This Guy Fawkes? Never heard of him. He ratted them out.
Yeah.
I think he was still killed in a not fun way though. So I think that was just for the sketch purposes they said that. But I think the others did get found out and got hung, drawn, and quartered, which isn't a fun way to go.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
I'm assuming this was like back during the time of like public executions and things.
Yeah, I forgot the exact details, but I just know that the hung bit, I think you're almost suffocated to death and they take you out. I think drawn, you're dragged behind horses on a dirt track, and then quartered, they cut you up into quarters. So they do a massive like cross shape in your chest.
Yeah, and that's I'm sure led to the celebration as well, because like people would have come out to see that. Like that would have been a big event.
Yeah, I think the hanging and the drawing probably would be public, but the quartering probably wouldn't. But yeah.
What year is this?
I don't know.
Might have all been public.
I don't know. He was in England, but probably. Well, yeah. Obviously, it was. But most of it took part in the Towers of London. What was his name? Guy Fawkes. Executed. Oh no, it was in public. Oh, the whole thing was in public. Oh, sweet Jesus. People brought their children to this.
Yep, that was the time. People probably had their popcorn and they're cheering. Lovely.
What? There's a artist rendition of it. Let's go to images. Let's not. Oh, actually, there's all old-timey stuff. Yeah. Oh, that's also where the anonymous mask,
right,
is also known as the Guy Fawkes mask.
Yeah, that's I think the one place I've heard it is like,
because it's meant to represent what his face looked like. I think.
Yeah,
and what a not good bad person looked like. Oh look, there's actually images of it. There's like not images, but like drawings of it happening. Artists' renditions.
Right. Yeah. For anyone who missed the big event, so they can
read it in the
read all the details, see the picture, so they can sort of imagine it, because that's what people want, apparently.
Yeah.
This has gone from like a stupid online quiz about Smash Bros to like a dark look at human nature.
I think it was just an artist renditions for artifacting purposes, but you know, yeah, maybe it was in the papers the next morning.
Public executions were
read
were
all
popular.
about a public execution of Guy Fawkes.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Like, what other big news was there for that week? Come on.
I mean, the next 60 years, a massive fire happens, killing most of the population.
Read all about it. There's going to be a fire in 60 years.
Like, kid, you're crazy.
Yeah.
It was like, we need to actually do something about our architecture problems. All of our houses are made of wood. Shut up, peasant. Slaps.
Shut up. We want to watch this guy get ripped in half.
Into quarters.
Do you think if they brought those back, do you think people would go to them?
No? I don't know. Depending what, like, yeah, I think we're a lot more humane. Like, public executions are a big thing, and public hangings, but that was for, like, actually, you know what? There was this one criminal who just kept escaping. So the only people who would show up were his fans to see how he would escape the next time until he was finally killed. And they were like, "Oh, wow, what an amazing escape!" No, it was like, no, he's actually just dead.
He's escaped life.
Yeah, by force. But yeah, that.
By force.
I don't think it would be as big as a hit as it is now.
I thought you said by the force. And I was
just Darth Vader just.
I'm just picturing like
clenches his
an
hand.
Obi-Wan Force ghost floating next to the gallows, like, "Ha! I've become more powerful than you could ever imagine."
And then lightning strikes them because Force ghosts can do that now.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
I
know, but that is quite funny how we celebrate just a literal torture and execution. Well, not yeah.
Yeah, I think it's part like everyone had a big party when they were executing him, and then it's like, oh, this is the anniversary of that time.
We should do this every year. Holy heck, that was amazing.
Exactly. And then like part of it is also just
like part of the thing is that big bonfire. They have as I said earlier, like a man made of wood in the shape of Guy Fawkes with the mask on, and then they burn it. Actually, it reminds me of that episode of Sherlock, but yeah.
Oh, is that what was happening in that episode?
Yeah, it was Guy Fawkes Night. That's why they were like, oh, it's Guy Fawkes. That's why we're burning him, because he was a bad thing. That's why the girl was upset, but she actually heard humans.
I was
screaming.
A little confused about that.
That was a weird
because of cultural reasons. I was just like, oh, there's like a bonfire.
Yeah. They were like, why are they having a fire? Why are they throwing a wooden person onto the fire?
Yeah.
And then we have a little rhyme that's remember the 5th of November. Something treason and plot.
Yeah.
Remember the 5th of November.
I don't know. That's still weird to me. Like,
yeah, I've only started realizing how weird of a tradition.
Yeah, I
this
think
is.
if we had prevented 9/11 at the last possible moment, I don't think we would have a celebration every year where we have like 2 towers made out of wood that we have a big bonfire around. Like,
I mean, I would say like an Arab.
Yeah, I don't see that, but maybe that's what would happen. I don't know.
Maybe you would burn the 2. No.
I think it has something to do with the time.
Maybe you would burn the 2. Maybe you'd burn the 2 towers of jet fuel.
Yeah, we would. Every year we would have a celebration where we melt steel beams.
And then a massive Bush did it banner just comes down. No.
Yeah, but none of those would make any sense because it would have been prevented and there would not be all this conspiracy stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Actually, someone on the bonfire night made I think a paper mache model of the Grenfell Tower, which was a block of apartments that burnt down over a year ago, and it killed loads of people. The 2 people have been arrested, and it's just like, why? Yeah, that's a tricky situation where a massive traumatic event has happened, and that was too soon.
Wait, someone made a model of it to throw in.
Yeah, and burnt it down.
Those people
Yeah.
have been arrested?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I think they're being like the guy who made the Nazi pug video. Like we have weird free speech rules.
yeah, I
Um,
guess.
I think it was reported by neighbors for, yeah. I mean, I think it was probably seen as like technically like some form of hate speech, but I mean, I kind of think that like, yeah, they shouldn't be arrested, but it's still insensitive.
Yeah,
insensitive thing
yeah,
to do.
they're that's not cool. But it's
Like, yeah,
I feel like that's just in very poor taste. Maybe it's
Yeah.
my Americanness showing, but I feel
maybe in like a decade, people will find it kind of like how people make 9/11 jokes.
yeah. I think it would just be like in poor taste, but I don't. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
that's-
yeah, that makes sense. The UK is pretty strict about those sort of things.
yeah. I think Theresa May even had an official statement about how like disgusting like it.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
it is pretty
it-
disgusting, but it's like I don't know. It's also like if
Yeah,
in
I
America, if
don't-
somebody wants to be like the KKK or like a Nazi or something, it's like okay, but like you do that over there in
Oh,
your
yeah,
corner,
the
like
the lead. I think the leader of the Ku Klux Klan is actually banned from the UK. Just entering it. That's all.
right, yeah. We don't put those
Um,
kind of restrictions on things because the problem becomes like where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
Because it could very easily go from like, oh, you're not allowed to be spreading hate speech to like, oh, you're not allowed to say negative things about Theresa May, who is like
Or
now our
every day you have
emperor
to-
or something. Like, you know, it could go
Yeah.
it could go in a weird direction.
Every day you have to pledge your allegiance to Queen Elizabeth.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, by the minute, the Queen's losing more and more power, so I don't know why we would do that.
Or like imagine if it was in the opposite direction where it's like you're not allowed to say positive things about black people and you're only allowed to be here if you're a member of the KKK. Like like if it's an arbitrary law like that or like judgment like that, then it's very dependent on the people in charge at the time. Whereas if it's just open, it's like
Yeah.
just you know you say what you want but keep to yourself. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yet again, it's those cultural differences and stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, one event I really don't get is Halloween. I don't know why that's a thing. I get it was but it feels like it was a tradition of. It was that during the harvest, the living and the dead would become one or something. So people would dress up scarily to scare off the evil spirits. And that's a really cool thing, but it's just become so satirized and ucky. I don't
Oh,
like it.
Halloween. Yeah. Yeah, it's not really.
I mean, the next day's fun. There's loads of candy that's on sale because there's all Halloween branded.
There's with any holiday, there's usually a lot to read about and like a lot to look into. But
Yeah.
I don't
mean,
think
yeah.
any American holiday is really like stays.
Arbitrary.
I don't think any of them stay true to like. It's almost a separate thing. Like there's like
Yeah.
All Hallows Eve or whatever, and there's all this history about the origin that you can read about, and then there's
Yeah.
like dressing up and going trick or treating.
Fortnite skin.
Like
Yeah, kids in Fortnite skins coming to your coming to your
It's-
house for casting for candy whilst doing.
yeah,
the floss.
like similar to like Christmas, where it's like it's almost like it's two separate holidays. There's like the Christian holiday with like baby Jesus, and then there's like
And,
Santa Claus. It's like America doesn't
Oh.
care. We just we go with the commercialization. Like
Yeah.
Valentine's Day or St. Patrick's Day are very
That-
similar, where it's like there's history here, and it's like
Oh,
related to like
You don't
Catholic
celebrate.
people.
Wait, so you don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day as like a. Because like kind of says, oh yeah, that's the day we do Irish stuff. But I also think of it as, oh yeah, that's also
I mean, the way
the day where we honor it.
Americans
Yeah.
celebrate it is they wear green and then they go out drinking.
Ah, yeah, right, yeah. That's like we say, like the 4th of July. I wear red, white, and blue, and I don't know,
Yeah, what
commit wars with people wearing red.
that one
Yeah.
I will say the 4th of July and obviously like New Year's, I feel are pretty true
Yeah.
to their meaning.
Yeah,
In the sense that the
Christmas
4th
has
of July is
got
just
really
like Mallorca Day, you know? It's just ultra
Yeah.
patriotism, which I don't know what else you would want from like an Independence Day.
Yeah.
And then New Year's is obviously just New Year's. It's hard to mess that one up, but
yeah, and then Christmas has become a weird, convoluted, sticky bowl of yuck. I mean, Christmas is
it's great. It
Yeah,
like
time for
like
family.
all versions of it are great. It's just like there's
18 million.
there's the history and then there's like the actual celebration. In the same with Easter, it's like yeah, there's this whole thing about like the resurrection and Christianity, but then on the other hand, there's this bunny and it's got some eggs. Ooh, isn't that fun?
Well, I think the bunnies and the things are meant to symbolize resurrection because it's meant to represent like,
right,
new
it's
life.
it's in spring. It's
And
like
chocolate
rebirth.
eggs are also meant to represent like I think eggs are like the reason they're empty is because it's meant to represent like an empty tomb and stuff. But
I
that's
mean-
like if you go complete
Yeah,
but biblical
and I guess
mode.
in some ways that could be what Guy Fawkes Night has become, where it's like yeah, this bonfire and fireworks are representing like, ooh,
Yeah,
wouldn't it
it's
have been
not
funny if he blew up all of Parliament or whatever? But it's like most people probably just think like, oh, Guy Fawkes Night is when we have
Yeah.
a nice like party and shoot off fireworks. Like they don't
Yeah.
go deep
It's
into
like-
the symbolism of plastic eggs being empty tombs. Like they're just like, oh yeah, party, Guy Fawkes, fire.
Yeah. Today's the yeah, like Easter. It's like today's the time we get to eat chocolate.
Yeah.
Well, I do find is quite like odd is so Remembrance Day we have a moment of silence which makes complete sense and I think is great, but like Guy Fawkes Night we don't have a moment of silence to think about like we were almost under the control of someone that went as far as to blowing someone up who didn't believe in what they believed
Yeah.
and what someone else believed. It's like, yeah, this is fine. Let's eat hot dogs while looking at burning matter.
Yeah. Yeah, I have very mixed feelings on this because I kind of go back and forth on it the more I think. Like,
Yeah.
it feels as if there should be some kind of, it should be more somber. It should be like a moment of silence, kind of like 9/11 has become.
Yeah, or like Veterans Day or Remembrance Day, where we remember all the wars that have happened in the past.
But on the other hand, it's like it was prevented. It was successfully like stopped.
Yeah.
So
it's I guess it's just
maybe we should be celebrating it. But then I go
Yeah.
back in the
But
other
why
direction when I
we-
think about how another big aspect to this was like the public execution, which was the original Guy Fawkes Day, was everybody celebrating him being torn to pieces.
getting
So then it's like maybe we shouldn't be celebrating it. I don't know. I could flip-flop back and forth for a while on this, but
yeah. But I mean, as this quiz shows, setting anything on fire is good.
right, if you want to be Mario.
Yeah.
If you want to be Pac-Man, you should
Eat lots of food, and if people are telling you getting overweight, you just dab on the haters.
dab on the haters. I used my fists. Was what I picked for that one. Pac-Man. I mean, I guess like the modern 3D version of Pac-Man from like Pac-Man Fever and stuff has.
Actually, I've got that really old Pac-Man platformer game on the original Xbox. That's actually quite fun. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. He does have fists, so that's fair.
Yeah.
But
fair enough. Well, Pac-Man 2, the greatest game to exist.
So I noticed you have a YouTube channel now.
Yeah. I've decided if I want to do some other side projects other than this, I can just put all the stuff there.
Yeah.
So if you like my, if you think I'm if you would be interested to see the stuffs I do, I guess it'll be in the description and or in the sidebar bit where it has channels and stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't anything up there as of current. I don't really have any ideas and or time to put time into editing and producing a video, but
But it's good to have like a Wobbles channel for Wobbles stuff.
I mean, it's based on my old channel from when I was like a dumb 7-year-old that thought I could get 10,000 subscribers in a day. So yeah, the old account, the account I've renamed and everything, it's from 2014. It used to be Foxy Gaming.
Are there videos on it or no?
I guess no. Thank God, I didn't upload anything. But yeah, go check it out if you like me as a thing.
If you like Wobbles as an abstract concept, go check out this channel.
Wobbles,
it's empty right now.
Go check.
But
it's empty, but it might not.
Well, actually, this won't come out till December 1st. So will there be a video on there by then?
Depends if I have any free time. Probably will be stuff I work on my free time, but I mean, I'll probably just do like record gameplay moments with friendos.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Speaking of plug.
Or I could do my Let's Play on Need for Speed. But yeah. Or we could record our Portal 2 series. Anyway.
Yeah.
I digress.
You should do Let's Plays. It's always entertaining to listen to you ramble while you're playing video games. Like, that's just, you're good at that.
Well, flashbacks to City Skylines.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah.
But speaking of...
I mean, I have a couple
Speaking of videos that we plug from the... Are we in the past right now? I think we're in the past.
What do you mean?
Like, when someone's listening to this, they'll be in the future.
Yeah.
So we're going to plug a future video from the past. Damn it, I just hit my desk again.
Ah, I see. That actually tags on nicely. Yeah.
That wasn't meant. That was not intentional.
Yeah. Scar has been a busy boy the past couple days, and he's been working on a Mike Bravo Papa animated.
Is it Alpha or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I got that right. I've got the mug I'm currently using is a phonetic alphabet one, so I just had it on my desk and I decided to do a thing. But yeah, I've seen a couple drafts and looking good so far. I mean, I guess the final thing should be better.
Yeah.
It'll be more polished up.
I don't know. There's probably not much to say. If you're listening to this, you've probably already seen the animation. But
yeah.
If you haven't, you should go check it out because it's kind of funny.
Yeah. It's all the good parts of episode 1.
Yeah.
So I've put here in the show notes about like school uniforms and stuff, but yeah.
I've never had a school uniform.
Yeah, I found like in Freedom Land, it's for I guess like fancy aristocrat uptight
Right.
schools.
Are you trying to infringe my rights to wear clothes?
Yeah.
My freedom of
but here it's
self-expression?
like I think it's like a law, but I think probably like some schools started doing it years and years ago. I think it must have started. Guess like there used to be some form of dress code, like you wouldn't turn up to school in scraps, otherwise you'd get hit with a cane.
Yes.
Like you would always try to look your best, like polish your shoes, iron your clothes and everything like that. I guess just over time they realized it was easier to if everyone wore the same thing. So I think we've just developed uniforms, and also I think schools have this mentality that uniforms equals neatness, which makes sense.
I can see some benefits to it, but no, we don't do that here typically.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in the same school most of my life, and it's been up until like secondary school. It's been all right, where you just have to wear trousers. You have to wear trousers, but the trousers, because it's such universal things, clothes chains have just manufactured loads of, they're like these grey trousers, like that business people wear. White long sleeve shirts, white short sleeve like collar shirts.
You don't get them through the school.
Also in light blue. So you can get them quite cheap in supermarkets, or the school will either produce them themselves, which I don't think has happened, or they just normally get a third party to. But what's annoying is my school is blazers, and that blazers aren't fun, especially since we're made to wear them because they make us look neat and stuff. But they're just these massive lanky bits of fabric you wear on your shoulders. Then, yeah, but it's quite handy for extra storage and putting all your precious badges, like your house badge and
I love that you
all
have a
that stuff,
house.
like prefect and school council. yeah, as in not like school teams, but we call them houses because we have the deranged.
Just in Harry Potter land.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh right. Yeah. That's
Yeah. Obviously, Harry Potter wasn't copying the British school system. It's the British school system is copying Harry Potter.
Yeah, of course. One time I walked into because there's this branch of stores that loads of schools get to make off their clothes. So you just walk in, and I just see a red, green, yellow, browny yellow, and blue blazer all next to each other. I'm like, yeah. Or there were like striped ties, and they look like the Harry Potter ones.
Which house are you, by the way?
I did the official test. I'm Ravenclaw.
Oh, me too. I would have guessed you Gryffindor, but yeah, I guess we're both Ravenclaw buddies.
Yay! Right, yeah. I guess we're just intellectuals. No,
we're so intelligent. We are.
Yeah.
Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
Smart boys.
Did I just respond to that in Auf Deutsch? Right.
I
Yeah.
believe you did. Yes.
But I just think uniforms are weird. But you don't have them really. You just have a vague dress code.
So there's a dress code, but not as strict as like what you were describing as a dress code. Like, no one.
Well, yeah, we have to wear.
No one cares if your shoes are polished, but you should probably.
Well, yeah, no one really
have shoes.
No one really cares if your shoes are polished. But...
the main thing with dress codes, in the U.S. at least that I've experienced is like, it's typically around like female clothing where it's you want the straps. If you have like a tank top, it has to be like a certain thickness. Or maybe in some schools you might actually be required to have like full sleeves.
Yeah.
And then also like
maybe just the school should just have a no shirt, no shoes.
There's like this fingertip rule where it's like if you put your arms down flat at your sides, then your shorts have to be longer than where your fingers fall.
Yeah.
It's just like
Shit.
basically rules about like, oh, you have to make sure you're covered up so you don't distract all the boys from their schooling. It's
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of like, I get not wanting people to come to school naked or whatever, but I think they need to relax those a bit. I guess
Yeah.
the one
Yeah, you
I
have to.
remember that guys would run into trouble with would be your pants are supposed to be around your waist, and like a lot of people would just let their pants sag
Right. Yeah, that's the
because
thing
that was
as
like
well.
more of the style. I don't know if that's probably not so much anymore.
Yeah, no, it used to be a big,
Yeah,
big thing, but yeah.
where people were just like, "Oh, look at my boxers! Look how cool I am."
Yeah, I mean, I know people who like do that, and it's just it's like the lower your trousers are, the more of a roadman you are.
Yeah, that would be really the only like dress code was basically like pull your pants up, but not too up if you're a girl. Make sure it's long enough. Which is just
They could now just imagine they get in like a tailor just to like measure everyone and be like, yeah, good. You better stay in the dress code.
yeah.
Like you have to get your clothes like specifically measured.
There's also you're not supposed to wear shirts that are like really low cut, but that one was always just like at the teacher's discretion or whatever. There's no
Is
like
he?
measurement rule that I was aware of. So sometimes my friends would just like, a certain teacher just doesn't like you. It's just like, oh, go change.
Yeah. 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 I mean, uniforms are like you have to wear neckties. Whenever I say how much I don't like ties, I always think of that guy in Half-Life 1. It's like, why do I always have to wear these ridiculous ties?
I haven't played Half-Life 1. I trust that was a good impression.
Yeah, 100%.
Why do I have to wear these ridiculous ties?
I think I got through the first half, and then you got. For those who've played the original Half-Life, I got to the part where you have to get through the chamber with the weird tentacle monster, and I ran out of grenades, so I couldn't distract it. So I had to restart, and then I lost. Well, I've got the disc with me right now. I just don't have the code to make sure I'm not a thefterer. I might play Black Mesa. That's a remake of the original Half-Life. It's quite a good game. But that was a weird sidetrack. But yeah, we have to wear ties and stuff. I think it's just like your uniform can be scruffy, but like you have to keep your shirt tucked in, and your tie has to be like close to your neck, and you have to have a neat collar. Well, I think that's just a general rule of presentableness, because you're not heckin' Elvis Presley. But yeah, I think like also your top button had to be done up as well on your shirt. But yeah, like uniforms are weird.
Yeah, I think having a uniform kind of takes the variable, like questionable. What is the word I'm looking for?
Like really vague.
The vagueness. Yeah,
ambiguous.
like the ambiguity
Like really,
out of it, because
like trying to draw a line in sand, but whenever you try to put your hand in the sand, it disappears.
yeah, it's not like, oh, your
See through sand.
your shorts are too short. It's like, oh, you're either wearing the pants or you're not. It's like,
Yeah, it's really arbitrary.
yeah,
Yeah, it's quite an odd concept.
or trousers, I should say. Hopefully, if you're
Okay,
British, you're wearing your pants or whatever.
I'm not. What? Playing any games lately?
Okay. I've got one little thing to say about the Wii U.
Right.
Get it out of the way, and then we can talk about something else. But as per the requirement of the Minty Boys law,
Yeah, it's this.
uh,
What? Once it's luck. Second, it's a fluke. third time's it's a pattern.
Yeah. We've reached a pattern.
Yeah.
We've leveled up.
We do every prime number episode has something to do with the Wii U in.
I was listening to myself trying to explain my feelings on this, and I realized the obvious comparison, which I didn't make, is a couple of years ago, I want to say, there was some uproar about, I can't even remember what game it was, but it was a PlayStation game that was like PlayStation exclusive, right. And then it came out on PC, and people were really mad about it.
Well, I guess those are just dickhead console gamers.
Yeah. To some degree, but you can also kind of understand if, say, you were primarily a PC gamer, and then this game is getting hyped, and you're like, I don't own a PlayStation, but it's PlayStation exclusive, and I want to play this game. So then you go out and buy a PlayStation, and then you buy the game, right. And then you start playing the game, and then like a week later, it's like, oh, now on PC.
I mean, that's why you need to be. That's why people like forever patient with GTA 5 for PC. I mean, people still got the console version, but they were like, man, I've played this on console. I can't wait to do it on PC. But I guess that's because GTA 5 is such an amazing game.
That's a bit different.
That's different.
Because like, that's more like
that was like a demo trial with crappier controls and worse graphics. But then PC was like the full game, like the actual
that's more like Minecraft, where like they just keep adding more to GTA 5 to where it's not even it doesn't even feel like compare it to like other Grand Theft Auto games, like it doesn't, like, yes, there's the story or whatever, but it's just gone to ridiculous levels of starting, right? It's just a sandbox, and there's like all these different like mini games you can play inside of it, and it's
and they just happen to have some form of linear story,
right? And they just keep adding things to it, so it's
that's why GTA 6 probably isn't going to come out for another while, because they can just keep adding stuff to
right. There's 5, no reason,
which I think is actually a good business model.
That's you see that more and more, like Adobe might have been one of the first ones to do it with like their software. It was like every so often they would come out with like Creative Suite 1, Creative Suite 2, like all the way up to 6, and then they were just like Creative Cloud, you pay us a subscription, and it's just we update it gradually, and then like, and Windows supposedly is going to be like that now. It's too soon to say, like, but supposedly Windows 10 is just supposed to be like their forever model that they just keep adding to.
Right.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Because there's like Windows 10 Home, Windows 10 Pro, Windows 10X, Windows 10
right,
XS,
and just the versions.
Windows 10 XS
Minecraft is a good example as well, where it's just like it's still Minecraft. Like if you own Minecraft, you own Minecraft, but there's like version 1.4 or whatever,
13
like,
something. No, there's one. Now it's up to like 1.14. 1.
I remember when it hit 1.0, that was a big deal. Like it's still all the same. Like, it's all the same game.
Yeah, it's the same base mechanics, but they've just like added.
So I would say a game like that,
pistons,
you can't make the same complaint for. But
because technically Minecraft can never die.
But something where it's just like one game, and it's coming out on a console as an exclusive.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, like, surprise, it's out on PC. People were upset about that, and mostly it's just like console diehards complaining, but I don't think it's entirely without reason, because
I mean it's people that bought a console, bought the game, then
if you bought that console to get that game, and then suddenly it's out on a different platform, the platform you primarily play on, which you went out of your way to stop doing that because of, like, I know there's a lot of people who are buying Smash Bros, or buying a Switch for Smash Bros, which is coming out. Like there's a few people, I know a lot of people bought it for the Zelda as well, but there's there's a good section of people that don't own a Nintendo Switch yet, but they're going to buy one when Smash comes out. Because that's what they do. They want to be able to play Smash, so they have to buy the console.
Yeah. I think Zelda was the most selling. Like, everyone that owned a Switch had Zelda.
Right. Because it was one of the
with,
launch titles, because it was the Wii U Zelda.
Yeah, but now from what you've been saying, it sounds like probably Smash is gonna overtake it like within a matter of. Yeah. And then there's actually this whole debate that's going on of, will Smash Ultimate be a port? It's not.
No.
I guess it's got more characters.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not a port. But
like Smash is really unclear. Like, it defined the latest Smash Bros. For the Wii U and the DS as two separate games.
Well, those I would say are the same.
Yeah, I think they're officially two separate games, but everyone's like, nah, you're
well, there's
Nintendo.
Like the side games. There's some differences. Like,
yeah, there's like a couple other characters and mini games and stuff.
Yeah,
and a slightly different story.
Well, no, but I think they have all the same characters.
Well, sorry, but they just have a couple other mini games.
But
yeah, I don't. But it's not a port.
But like there's that's gonna happen. There's gonna be people who buy a Switch to play Smash Bros. And if like
fair enough.
In January it comes out on PlayStation and Xbox and PC, that would be insanity, because Nintendo doesn't do that. But also there would be people who have just spent $300 on a Switch that probably already had a console that they could have played it on. Like, that's a bit what this feels like, where you and what it comes down to is like having prior knowledge. Like, if you're coming out with a new game and you're announcing it like, oh, it's going to be on PlayStation and it's going to be on Xbox and it's going to be on PC, like, then people see that and they go, okay, which one of these do I want to get it on? Which one of these do I already own? If you're really into the PlayStation ecosystem, you're not going to go out and buy an Xbox to play this game. Yeah. But if it says it's only going to be on Xbox and you really want to play it and all you have is a PlayStation, then you're like, I guess I have to buy an Xbox. And so it feels like a betrayal for them to then, even a year later, like, platform. To just say, oh, it's on PlayStation now. You'd be like, oh, well, yeah, I could, because if you had known, you might have made the choice to wait. Like, even if it's later, you can, having that prior knowledge, you can then make a decision. Do I want to play it now and spend more money, or do I want to wait and play it on the system that I would prefer to play it on? Yeah. What I find is funny is it feels like Xbox did a complete opposite of this with PUBG, as they pretended it was an Xbox exclusive when everyone knew. It was like, no, it's on PC and mobile, you idiots. Was it? But if you were gonna play it on a guess it's not on PlayStation, and that it's the only console you can play it on, but that still feels like that. But yeah, I see what you mean. Like, as in someone's bought all this stuff and then they've been like, oh, now it's on this thing. Yeah. So that's what it feels like a bit, where. Yeah, I can see, like, it's slightly different, but yeah, as in it's. Yeah. But they're still, I think, I find most annoying is they're acting like the deluxe versions of brand new games, and you will have no friends if you don't get them. Yeah. But yeah, that was a quick segment. Yeah, but if you knew in advance, like, 2 years from now, there's gonna be the same game released again on the new system with a few updates, then you might think, oh, I'll wait, I'll play it then. But you kind of, the assumption is that if they're coming out with a game on a console, then that's the game, Like like you look
Yeah.
at it, something like Mario Odyssey on the Switch.
Yeah.
Like, it would be really weird if a year from now they came out with a new console and added like an extra world onto Mario Odyssey, and then
Yeah.
everyone who wanted to 100% that game would have to go out and buy the new console and buy the new version of that game and play it all
Yeah.
over again
Yeah.
from scratch, and then play that one extra
Yeah.
world. It'd be like, why
Yeah.
didn't you
Yeah.
just come out with a DLC?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I guess
I don't know. That's I just
No, it's
I
quite a good
realized like
way of thinking.
that was a good comparison to make that I somehow didn't think of
it
at
was
the
a good way
time.
of showing it. Yeah.
So what have you
Yeah.
been playing?
So I'm playing Need for Shift Speed, which is like a NASCAR racing game. It's been quite fun. I've gotten alright at it. I mean, there's no one that plays online anymore, so I've just been going up against bots. But no, I'm doing relatively well so far. Yeah. It's quite fun. Driving brooms and stuff. And crashing cars into each other and stuff. That's
A lot
quite
of
good. It's
a
quite
lot of
fun.
left turns,
Yeah, and right turns and
right turns.
stuff.
I thought it was a NASCAR racing
Yeah.
game.
Oh right, no, yeah, but also it has not just NASCAR. It's just got It's all right because you can like there's tracks where you can race supercars around
Oh,
a loop like they're just turning left and adjusting every so often. Or there's like this one map where you hold down the accelerate button, then 10 seconds later you have to brake, turn, hold accelerate, brake, turn. But yeah. It's all I've been finding there's loads of tracks and I find it's quite fun.
okay. That sounds
Um,
more fun
it
than
doesn't-
just a big
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah. And it doesn't take that much thinking, so I can play it in the background whilst talking. But yeah. Another game I've been playing is I got this recently because it was on sale. It was Kerbal Space Program, which has been quite fun. You know, sending little Kerbs into nearly space.
Yes.
Yeah, you've
I've
been with me while I've been playing the game.
I've heard a lot of people playing that game. I've not
Yeah.
not played it, but it always sounds fun when people are playing it.
Yeah. You've heard me try to play it when I was trying to.
Oh yeah, I did hear you trying to play it recently.
That was good. That was funny. I don't know. I haven't properly mastered it yet. Because I've just been messing around with the sandbox mode until I get something right. But yeah, it's been pretty good. What games have you been playing lately?
Not much up until like a day or two ago when I finally installed Magic the Gathering Arena.
Oh
which
yeah,
is-
I've heard lots about
the
that.
digital version of the card game Magic the Gathering.
It's like more intuitive cockatrice. pretty much.
Right. Yeah, we played a bit on this program called Cockatrice, which is sort of not official in any way way of playing online with people, and you just get access to all the cards, and it's kind of more nonsense. But Arena is very fun and way more addicting than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Like
that happens with most games.
maybe it was because I hadn't played Magic in a while, and I do really like the game.
Yeah, I guess so.
But
Yeah.
I started playing it, and then I was like, oh, it's like 5 a.m.
Yeah. Very productive days at Scar
Yeah.
headquarters.
Yeah, I did have one match that was pretty interesting though.
Ooh.
So part of what makes Arena more interesting than Cockatrice is that it's limiting on what cards you can play, because for one you have to get them in packs, but also you can only play stuff that's in standard right now.
Right.
So like the most
it's not like you have the
right.
full
It's just the most recent
library
sets.
of
It's not
cards.
like the full like every
like the Power 9.
yeah like every broken card that's ever been printed, all in one deck.
Yeah. Yeah.
But one of the strategies that seems to be really successful right now is Merfolk.
Yeah.
So I ended up in this match against this guy who was playing Merfolk, and I was doing pretty well at first, but then I couldn't take him out quick enough, and he got his thing going to the point where I couldn't really do anything to stop him. But
this image does not look fun.
Sent you an image there. But he didn't attack me, was the thing. He just kept building his armies bigger and bigger and not taking me out. And I wasn't gonna fold. I wasn't gonna just like give up and let him win.
Yeah. He just kept going.
But yeah, he continually built up, and I was really hoping to draw a card I needed to take him out, but I didn't end up drawing it. But if you look in the top right corner there, he, like in Magic, as it is in many card games like this, if you need to draw a card but can't because you have no cards left in your deck, then you lose the game.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I see it.
So he
I see
he kept building, and he kept it going to the point where he ran out of cards in his deck.
Right.
And then he passed turn to me. It's my turn. I'm like, oh, cool. So all I have to do is pass turn back. He has to draw a card at the beginning of his turn, and he'll just lose. Because he can't draw one. I sort of like jokingly swung my little 1/1 goblin at him on my turn.
Oh,
and he took the damage, which I thought was funny. Like he has this massive thing of Merfolk that he could have blocked with, but he was just like, I'll just take 1 damage. Why not? And now that I go to pass turn so that I will be declared the winner, and mtga.exe is not responding. That's
Can we get an F in chat? You should just wait for a program to respond.
Yeah, it didn't come back. It crashed. It was a real roller coaster ride. It was like,
it wasn't meant to be. You weren't meant to defeat it. You were meant to be absorbed.
I'm really curious as to what the guy on the other end thought. Like, do you think he thought I quit intentionally? Because I think click.
Why is it just nice?
That's the little chat thing. You're very limited on what you can say. But that was me saying.
Yeah. Or are you talking about a French city?
No. Maybe. Okay. I don't know.
Good.
You have to be versatile with those messages because it could double as a French city. But I don't know how that would come.
Where are you from?
I don't know how you would communicate that because there's no where you from option. There's like.
Anyway, as you were saying.
There's like nice and oops.
Nice.
And hello.
You just kill someone for all the damage. Oops.
Yeah. Oops is like the only negative one. So it works as like as you've made a mistake, or also you're like angry.
Right. Or like, yeah, you're just being a dick. Or like, oops, I did something really cool.
Or someone destroys your creature and you're sad about it and you're just oops.
Oops.
But no, that nice was in response to him taking 1 damage from my goblin, I think.
Oh, I see. And then that's what pushed your program over the edge. It was just like, no, we can't have people being positive online.
Or maybe just the sheer number of merfolk that were on the field was just too much.
And then, yeah. You could have, I think, I wonder if that guy was just a time waster.
He really was. The game took forever.
Because you get that with, there's like accounts where what people will do is they will start a game and then they'll just do nothing.
Right.
So then you get bored and then you leave and then they technically win by default.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. He wasn't like letting the clock run out every time. He just was doing a lot. Like it was like, oh, and then I get merfolk tokens, and then that triggers this, and then they all get counters.
I guess he just wasn't. Yeah, I guess he just wasn't paying.
He was just
attention.
taking really long turns. No, I think he intentionally got his deck down to 0. I don't know.
Or maybe he like hacked your computer to like crash it.
I don't know. He was being like trolly, I guess, but it was like the ultimate power move to basically show that you could destroy someone and then like let them win anyway. Yeah. But then my computer made the decision for me that I was gonna one up him by then making him win by quitting the game.
Right.
I would have taken the win, but my computer was like, no.
No, he has to win. You don't understand.
Because he wants to lose, so he has to win. Because him winning was
cool.
Me winning, I guess.
Yeah, and that's not.
I would have just taken the win. Why did you do this to me, computer?
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. It was nonsense, and like way too long. And that was definitely the last game I played that night because I looked at the time afterwards and I was like, oh. Look,
and you're like, oh heck, it's time.
Oh heck, the sun's coming up.
Oh right, yeah. Normally I'm like, oh damn it, it's dark. I guess I better go. Yours is like,
yeah.
How long have you been going? Oh no, 55.
A good amount of that is gonna get cut, but there's no way we're gonna have a game as long as a
middle
game.
Section.
There's no way we're gonna have a podcast as long as last one. This one will be shorter.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Shall we stop at that then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I'd say.
Guess that's it.
Ooh, I just had loads of food. Why is my tummy rumbling? I'm gonna eat some knobs while he's gone. Ah. Well. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. I ba ba bum da ba 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 bum ba bum bum.
What are you humming?
No, I'm I mean, it started off as an actual song, but I kind of just tried to freestyle. Oh, bum 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 bum.
This is not a podcast. This is Wobbles' mixtape. Surprise. Bam. Just dropped.
It's just like a solid 5 minutes of eating onion rings and watching YouTube.
Track 4, onion rings. You should release that as an album on iTunes. See how many sales you get.